Have you ever met someone for just a few minutes and unknowingly changed their life forever? Sometimes the smallest act of kindness opens a door to healing that money, success, and power never could. This is the story of a single father who only wanted to earn enough to take care of his little daughter. He thought he was fixing a broken computer, but instead, he helped mend a broken heart. What happened that afternoon would surprise everyone in the office. A simple question from a powerful CEO stopped him in his tracks. She looked into his eyes and quietly asked, "Do you think I'm pretty?" His honest answer changed both of their lives in ways neither of them could have imagined. Before we begin, if you enjoy heartwarming stories that remind us kindness still exists, please subscribe to Kindness Waves, like this video, and leave a comment telling us where you're watching from. Your support helps us share more inspiring stories that bring hope to people around the world. Ethan Carter had been raising his 8-year-old daughter, Lily, alone ever since his wife passed away from cancer 3 years earlier. Every morning before sunrise, he packed Lily's lunch, braided her hair the best he could, and walked her to the school bus before heading to work. Life was not easy. Ethan worked as a freelance computer repair technician, taking every job he could find. Some weeks were good, while others barely covered rent and groceries. Still, he never complained. His daughter was his whole world. One rainy Tuesday morning, Ethan received a call from one of the biggest companies in the city. Their CEO's laptop had suddenly stopped working just before an important investor meeting. They needed someone immediately. Ethan grabbed his toolbox and drove across town. The company's headquarters stood like a glass castle above the busy streets. Employees hurried through the lobby, while security escorted him to the executive floor. When he entered the office, he expected to meet someone cold and intimidating. Instead, he found a woman quietly staring out the window. Her name was Victoria Hayes. She was known across the business world for building a billion-dollar company from nothing. Magazines called her one of America's most successful entrepreneurs. Yet standing there, she looked strangely lonely. She smiled politely and pointed toward the laptop. "I hope you can save it," she said softly. "Everything I need is on there." Ethan nodded and began examining the computer. Within minutes, he realized it was only a damaged storage connection. While running diagnostics, the laptop restarted. The desktop wallpaper appeared on the screen. It wasn't a luxury vacation photo or a picture of a sports car. It was an old family picture. A younger Victoria stood beside an elderly woman, both laughing while holding hands in a small garden. Ethan smiled without thinking. "That's a beautiful picture." Victoria turned toward the screen. Her smile faded. "My mother," she whispered. "She passed away 5 years ago." "I'm sorry," Ethan replied gently. They sat in silence while the repair continued. After a long pause, Victoria asked quietly, "Do you think I look pretty in that picture?" The question caught Ethan completely off guard. He looked at the photograph again before answering. "You look happy." She looked confused. "I didn't ask if I looked happy." "I know," Ethan said with a warm smile. "But happiness is what people remember. Real beauty isn't perfect makeup or expensive clothes. It's the light people carry when they're loved." Victoria lowered her eyes. "No one said something like that to me in years." She admitted that after becoming CEO, people constantly complimented her appearance, her clothes, her office, and her success. But none of it felt real. She never knew whether anyone actually saw her as a person. Ethan finished repairing the laptop. It should work perfectly now. She thanked him and handed him the payment. As he packed his tools, his phone rang. It was Lily's school. His heart skipped. He answered immediately. Everything was okay. Lily had simply forgotten her asthma inhaler at home. Ethan apologized to Victoria and explained he needed to leave quickly. Without hesitation, Victoria said, "Take my driver. He'll get you there faster." Ethan tried to refuse. "I'll be fine." She smiled. "Please." Sometimes accepting kindness is just as important as giving it. The driver rushed Ethan to the school in time. That evening, Lily asked about his day. He smiled. "I met someone who looked like she had everything, but was still searching for something." A week later, Ethan received another unexpected phone call. Victoria invited him and Lily to lunch. They met at a small neighborhood diner instead of a fancy restaurant. "I wanted somewhere that feels real," she explained. Lily happily talked about school, her favorite books, and her dream of becoming a veterinarian. Victoria laughed more that afternoon than she had in months. Watching Ethan patiently encourage his daughter reminded her of the relationship she once shared with her own mother before work consumed every part of her life. As they prepared to leave, Victoria asked Ethan another question. How do you stay positive after losing so much? He looked at Lily playing near the window. I choose gratitude every day. My wife taught me something before she died. She said grief and love grow from the same place. If I'm hurting this much, it means I was lucky enough to love someone deeply. I don't want sadness to erase that gift. Victoria felt tears forming. For years, she had hidden behind business meetings and endless work because facing her loneliness seemed impossible. That conversation changed everything. Over the following months, Victoria started leaving the office earlier. She visited her mother's favorite garden again. She created a company program giving employees paid volunteer days to help their communities. She also established scholarships for children who had lost a parent. When reporters asked why her company culture had changed so dramatically, she smiled. I learned that success without kindness feels empty. Meanwhile, Ethan's business quietly grew. Victoria recommended him to other companies, not because he asked, but because she trusted his honesty. He never became rich overnight, but he gained loyal customers who valued integrity more than low prices. One afternoon, nearly a year after they first met, Victoria attended Lily's school fundraiser. She stood watching Ethan proudly clap as Lily received an award for helping new students feel welcome. Victoria leaned over and whispered. She learned kindness from her father. Ethan shook his head. No, she learned it from everyone who chose kindness when we needed it most. Victoria smiled. For the first time in many years, she truly believed she was beautiful. Not because someone admired her face, but because kindness had transformed her heart. Sometimes the greatest gift we can offer isn't money, influence, or perfect advice. Sometimes it's simply seeing another person for who they really are. One honest conversation, one gentle compliment, or one small act of compassion can become the turning point in someone's life. So wherever you are today, choose kindness. You never know whose heart is waiting for a little hope, or how one caring moment might change your own life forever. And remember, kindness always creates waves that reach farther than we can ever imagine.